Hello, fantasy managers. Welcome back to another episode of the First Pitch Podcast here on the Pitcherless Podcast Network. My name is Carson Picard. I'll be your host for this weekend edition of the pod. Let's get into everything baseball related from Thursday, May 28th. It's going to be a very short, very quick episode, so let's get rolling. We'll start with the news and notes, not too many to get through, so I'll go quick. It's going to be the theme of the show. Garrett Whitlock placed on the 10-day IL. This is retroactive from an injury he sustained against the Twins on the 24th. Connor Griffin was scratched from his game yesterday. Shouldn't be anything too major. And Lenyn Sosa was placed on the 10-day IL, retroactive to the 27th. Just one rehab start to note. Josh Hader finally coming back. After a very long, very extensive and strange rehab recovery, he has made his final rehab appearance, and he should rejoin the Astros sometime this weekend. Now into some transactions. Esmeralyn Valdez had a couple nice home runs for the Pirates, but he has been optioned back down to AAA. Heston Kjerstad, the former top prospect for the Orioles, has been optioned. Andrew McCutchen has been released, and if this is the last time we've seen Andrew McCutchen play in Major League Baseball, what a lovely career he has had, although I do suspect some team will swoop him up. And finally, two pitchers are going to be activated today of considerable importance. Logan Webb back to start against the Rockies, and Jared Jones makes his first start in well over a year for the Pittsburgh Pirates. More on that later. That's for the news and notes. Now to some notable performances from yesterday. Going first with our hitters, the top hitter of the day, I'm going to say, is none other than the Fishman, Mike Trout. 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and 2 walks. It was a 4-time on base day for Trout in the Angels' great win over the Detroit Tigers, which is not something they've had too many of, that being wins. Trout's been slumping a bit, although that's a little dramatic. He hasn't been able to deliver on some of his expected metrics. Does so today. Great performance from one of the all-time greats. We go now to the Astros game today. Jeremy Pena, 2 for 4 with a home run. Josh Young, 2 for 3 with a home run and a walk. Doesn't play for the Astros, but playing the game. He's hitting .307 quietly this year. Very nice at the hot corner. Ian Happ for the Chicago Cubs went 3 for 5 with a towering home run. Brian Reynolds went 2 for 3 with a home run, a double, and a walk. Then in the Braves game, Ronald Acuña Jr. hits a grand slam with 2 walks and a stolen base. Goes 1 for 3. The grand slam, his only hit, but it's his 10th stolen base. A very nice day at the plate for Acuña and most of the Braves lineup. Ozzie Albies going 3 for 5. Michael Harris Jr. 2 for 5 and a home run. Austin Riley not included in the party. 0 for 5 with the golden sombrero and 4 Ks. Tristan Peters for the Chicago White Sox goes 3 for 4 in their win over the Minnesota Twins. And Winsel Perez goes 2 for 3 with a home run, double, and a walk, which really goes to show you in baseball, anyone can have a nice day out of nowhere. Check out the Daily Batters Box article for more information on all the hitters. I'm going to take a short break, and then we'll get into the starters. All right, welcome back to the First Pitch Podcast here. We now move on to the starting pitchers, and it took a little bit of thinking for me, but I am going to declare the starting pitcher is none other than Pittsburgh ace Paul Skeens, who had a strange day, but still one I think very much worth mentioning. 5 1/3 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts, though, on 103 pitches. It was a very strange outing for Skeens. If you just saw the first, second, and fifth inning, you would think he was absolutely flawless. There was a couple innings in the 6th and in the 4th where things just got a little bit away from him. There was a couple walks. There was just some oddities, certainly on the defense for the Pirates. It was just troublesome for Skeens all around. Ended up surrendering a few unearned runs in the process. Still 20 whiffs for Skeens. When he was on in this game, he was as good as you'll see him. The command was fantastic at times, but also got away from him. The changeup was excellent, not something that Skeens has been featuring that much, but it seemed to work for him today, despite the fact that the fastball was not well located, and despite the fact that he wasn't relying on that sweeper, the normal Skeens stuff. Simplified his pitch mix, got rewarded for it with a mainly fastball sweeper changeup mix. Nice to see from Skeens. A good outing. He's one of the best to ever do it, and you knew he was going to recover. Moving on, Davis Martin, 6 innings of 1 earned run ball, 2 hits, 5 Ks, 2 walks, and 84 pitches. An efficient, effective outing for Martin. 14 whiffs, 33 CSW percentage. This is a really nice outing on paper, although I'm going to hammer it home. The pitch modeling does not like Davis Martin. The locations are just not in the in the spots that really you'd expect them to perform that well. He performs nice because he has an effective changeup that's deceptive, and he will probably overperform some of the pitch modeling stuff as a result. Still, stuff grade was about a D, location about an F. He is overperforming. This is a great chance, fantasy managers, to sell now. A lot of the peripherals love him. I know they do, but just trust me on this. It's going to collapse. Sell now while you can. Jack Flaherty went 5 2/3 with 3 earned runs, 6 hits, 9 Ks, 1 walk, and 91 pitches. Flaherty got 20 whiffs today on 91 pitches. 38 CSW percentage, probably would have been the pitcher of the day had he not surrendered a few blemishes with the earned runs. Got knocked around hard when he did get hit. Peyton Tolley, 4 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 7 Ks, 2 walks on 94 pitches, 18 whiffs, and get this, 5 called strikes. I don't know if I've ever seen such a ridiculous difference between their called strikes and their swinging strikes. But Tolley just he has a CSW of 24 despite 18 whiffs on 94 pitches. Very bizarre start. Tolley continuing to just kind of flirt with being a real decent option. Depending on your league format, he is very likely kind of a Holly type pitcher. Chris Sale had a start today. It's a Chris Sale start. I'm not even going to read the line to you. 5 innings, 2 earned runs. He was good. Spencer, we've seen this guy for 15 years now. Spencer Arrighetti, 6 innings, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 3 Ks, 1 walk on 94 pitches, 3 whiffs. 3 whiffs for Spencer Arrighetti on 20 CSW percentage. All the whiffs were on the curveball. I can't even speak because it's so bizarre. Spencer Arrighetti, the stuff grade was fantastic. Don't think that was the reason. He just could not get the swing and miss to happen today. Still was able to be really effective, limiting damage. Again, just goes to show there are a few ways to pitch and a few ways that an effective outing can happen. Nathan Eovaldi, 7 innings, 5 earned runs, 4 hits, 6 Ks, 2 walks on 90 pitches, 11 whiffs, 28 CSW percentage. It's not a great outing. I mean, he completes 7, which is pretty nice. He was able to do pretty well overall, but this was an outing that it started rough and he was able to close out. But for Eovaldi, it's just kind of been touch and go for him this year, as his ERA sits just a hair under 4. Finally, wrapping up the pitcher segment here. Grayson Rodriguez, 5 innings, 1 earned run, 2 hits, 5 Ks, 2 walks on 88 pitches, 8 whiffs, 27 CSW percentage. Rodriguez, a pretty solid outing, honestly. And how well he will sustain himself in Los Angeles, who knows? But pretty nice and good to see him get the win. Give the Plus Pitch Podcast a listen and check out Nick's daily SP roundups. I will now talk about exactly one reliever. Normally I talk about more, but one reliever got a save today. It was Louis Varland, who had a great outing. The Hoffman-Rogers-Varland bullpen performed quite well, tossing 3 innings in relief. So it seems like Varland's going to keep that role in the save situations. And Hoffman's adjusting to being a setup late reliever pretty decently, which is fairly surprising. No other relievers really worth mentioning. Everyone just kind of did their jobs fairly well. So I will instead look forward to the slate of games here on this lovely Saturday, or goodness me, on this lovely Friday. The top 3 pitching matchups are going to be the Minnesota Twins at the Pittsburgh Pirates. Taj Bradley versus the debut of Jared Jones for the year. Jones, of course, came up a couple of years ago looking really electric with his fastball before going down with injuries. Been out a year. Very closely watched game this will be. And 2 guys with some of the best fastballs in baseball in this start. New York Yankees at the Wandering Athletics. Carlos Rodon versus Luis Severino. Severino has been pretty solidly decent this year. His pitch modeling is really effective. I think these are 2 former Yankee in Severino. This will be an interesting one to watch. I'm very excited. And Rodon has been, come and go so far this season. We'll see how he does against the Athletics. Third game here is going to be Philadelphia at the Los Angeles Dodgers. Besides 2 jam-packed lineups, it's Zach Wheeler versus Justin Robleski. Wheeler has been really excellent to start the year. This is going to be the hardest test he's faced. Can he do well against an all-star lineup in the Dodgers? But my game of the day is going to be the Miami Marlins at the New York Mets. It is Max Meyer versus Freddie Peralta. Did a ton of stuff in this one, really. Meyer has really impressed me. I am very excited to see how he does here. And Freddie Peralta, still one of the better pitchers, if one of the more erratic pitchers in the game, should be an excellent matchup. So that's going to be my roundup. And that's going to be my first pitch podcast for the day. We are clocking in at just over 10 minutes, but that is going to be the quick and easy podcast. For a deeper dive on everything baseball, hop on to pitcherlist.com. For further access, sign up for PL Plus or PL Pro to gain access to the Discord, PLV apps, to support the Pitcher staff. And finally, my name is Carson Picard. You can find me on the Shallows podcast with my great co-host Aaron Acuña, as well as on Blue Sky at Carson Picard. Thank you very much for listening. Good luck with your weeks. Bless the knees, bless the elbows. Have an excellent weekend. Take care, y'all.